is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Scott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
2nd down and 3. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll set up to throw. This is swung out to Eckler. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. And he will find Scott on the right side, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 93 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Rolling to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Brandon Ayuk. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
7-7, our score after 1. Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got an open man, it's Scott. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Running on first down, Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle with Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go on second and 12. Caught by Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He finds his man complete. It's Grant. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Eckler now between the tackles. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Open man right side is Tony. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be caught by Toney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Butker's kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've hit half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. On 2nd and 2, Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. A front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got Allen. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Out to his left. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes finding his tight end, Kelsey, for a big one. 43 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. Under pressure, and down he goes. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, 85 yards. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. He's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too. Before making the run, heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And hard running is going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Brandon Ayuk. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Olave holds it in. 7 yards there and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first down, he'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. 30. Yards. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 104 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's got room. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to Tony. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to swell the lead to 6. Butker's kick here is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the Chargers now down on the scoreboard. 1:44 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's back to throw. And that's caught by Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll look to throw. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
His throw incomplete.
back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.